Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. In this short and quick video, I'm going to share with you guys how to shampoo your seats using PNS's 3-step interior cleaning system. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it.
Don't not get strained but strained. Don't not get strained but strained. Don't not get strained but strained. You don't get shit straight, you don't straighten it.
Alrighty guys, so to cut straight into the video, today we're shampooing fabric seats, and we're going to be doing just that by using PNS's 3-step interior cleaning system. This interior cleaning system, guys, consists of Terminator, Carpet Bomber, as well as Finisher. So to break it down for you guys real quick and real simple for you, is Terminator is the first step of this entire process, Carpet Bomber here in the middle is the second step of the process, and Finisher is the third and last step of the entire process. Now, I do want to mention that Carpet Bomber is really the general cleaner that you need in this overall process. You will always need Carpet Bomber for this to actually work. You don't necessarily need Terminator or Finisher, but they are helpful in certain scenarios. So this is going to be a short and quick video, guys, but I'm going to cut straight into it. I'm going to show you the demo. I do want to mention that here I have a pump sprayer and I have Carpet Bomber diluted 5:1. So again, 5:1 dilution ratio. And here I have Terminator and just a regular 16-ounce bottle, as well as Finisher and a regular 16-ounce bottle. This goes to show how much I actually use Carpet Bomber as opposed to, for example, Terminator and Finisher. So to help you understand, guys, Terminator is really more for organic stains. So stains that require heavy cleaning. Most of the time, the entire seat will not require heavy cleaning, only certain areas. So for example, organic stains such as maybe blood, grease, you guys get the idea, where you might have to tackle it with some Terminator before we go ahead and use our Carpet Bomber. Now moving on to Finisher, guys, here I have Finisher Peroxide, again from PNS. This right here is the third and last step of this entire process, and basically, to keep it short and simple for you guys to understand, is Finisher Peroxide is actually a neutralizer. Basically, once we're finished using Terminator, once we're finished using Carpet Bomber, we want to come back around with something like Finisher to neutralize these chemicals for them to stop working immediately. Real quick, guys, before we move forward with the video, I'd like to talk about a software I've been using in my detailing business and believe can benefit many of you looking to start a mobile detailing business, whether you may not know how to go about managing one or just want to make your journey as simple as possible when starting your business. And that is none other than Jobber. Jobber is a software I like to use to run my business because it helps me handle many of my everyday tasks that come along running a mobile detailing business, and really can help run any home service based business. One of the pros I enjoy by simply using Jobber is how much time it can actually save me throughout the day by allowing me to complete tasks like creating quotes, scheduling in jobs, completing invoices, and collecting payments all in one single place, one single platform as quickly as possible. With Jobber allowing me to manage my entire operations in one place, it allows me to stay organized and up to date on a consistent basis. So if you want to check Jobber out, make sure you click the link down in the description and receive a free 14-day trial and an exclusive discount of 20% off your first 6 months when you happen to use my link below. So you're welcome, guys. Now back to the video. So here on the table, I also have a pump sprayer, and in here I have my Carpet Bomber. So the actual gallon label says that you can use Carpet Bomber from anywhere from a 5:1 dilution ratio up to an 8:1 dilution ratio. I happen to use it at a 5:1 dilution ratio, and it works best for me, but you guys can experience with whatever dilution ratios you like too. So today I have here my pump sprayer, guys, and we can have this set to the side. So we're gonna be working with our Terminator, our pump sprayer with Carpet Bomber in it, as well as our Finisher Peroxide. So guys, like with anything, before we go ahead and start working on this area, before we start shampooing these seats, we're gonna go ahead and clean it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and vacuum this area up. So step number 1 will be vacuuming this entire area. So now that we have vacuumed up this entire seat, guys, we are good to start the shampooing process. And again, we are using the 3-step interior cleaning system. So basically, step number 1 would actually have to be using Terminator, right? But I do want to emphasize that you can use Carpet Bomber alone for this entire process, and it'll actually get the job done. Basically, if you don't want to go ahead and buy Terminator or feel like you need Terminator for most of your cases, right, you don't need to. You can actually just get Carpet Bomber. That's what I really want to express and emphasize today. But again, you can actually use Terminator in certain areas or certain spots where you feel like it needs heavy cleaning. So for example, I'm actually going to be using Carpet Bomber on the entire area here, but in certain areas like here in the middle, on the side, we can actually observe some heavy staining. That's where I'll go ahead and actually spray some Terminator on there. For the purpose of this video, again, we'll start off with Terminator, right? Step number 1, the right way. But I'm not gonna go ahead and spray it all over the seat, rather only in the areas I feel like it needs it. So while I spray this on certain areas on the actual seat, guys, I do want to mention that when using it as step number 1, you can actually go ahead and spray it on there, let it work, let it sit on there for about 3 minutes, right? And then go ahead and apply carpet bomber on the rest of the actual area. But you can actually do something what is called stacked, meaning you want to go ahead and apply your carpet bomber right away on top of it. You don't need to do any waiting. So it's up to you guys. It's depending on the time that you're working with. Usually I like to stack it. It doesn't really have a difference to me. So I'll just go ahead and saturate the entire area with some carpet bomber, including the little spots that I already applied Terminator on, and let it dwell on there for about 30 seconds to a minute. And that's when I'll go ahead and grab, whether I'm using a hand brush, a drill brush, or whatever method you like to agitate your fabric with, guys, go ahead and start scrubbing it. So now that we have waited, guys, about 30 seconds, we can go ahead and start agitating the actual fabric. Again, so far we have Terminator on here as well as carpet bomber. I'll go ahead and in today's case, I'm using a drill brush with a drill brush attachment, and I'll go ahead and start agitating this entire seat. Alrighty, guys, so depending on the condition of the actual area you are working on, you can go ahead and decide whether you need to repeat this process one more time or as many times as needed. In this case, I don't really believe I need to do it again, but for the purpose of this video, I will. And pretty much, guys, you guys get the idea on how this process is done. Alrighty, guys, so one thing I have waited to mention until this part of the video is that with this interior cleaning system from PNS, you don't necessarily need to have an extractor. You can actually finish a job with just this, and as simple as using a microfiber towel to dry off the area afterwards and let it air dry by the sun afterwards, guys. But I do want to mention, if you do happen to have a strong vacuum or an actual extractor, you can go ahead and make sure that you pick up all of that chemicals that we just applied onto this actual area. And we want to make sure that we're just basically extracting or vacuuming all of that gunk up instead of applying any more water onto the actual area. So one mistake that happens with a lot of detailers is that they oversaturate the area after you're finishing with the entire process and applying extra water afterwards. We don't want to do that. We're not going to be pressing this trigger and applying any water to the area today. We're just going to be simply extracting, and that's all. So there you guys have it for that part of the process. The final step of this process, once again, guys, is using something like finisher and neutralizer to neutralize the carpet bomber as well as the Terminator that we already have on this product. So for example, this is not the carpet, right? These are the seats. But let's say for some reason, if you had some dirty pants or something similar and you come sit down, the actual products will keep working and will actually try to lift off all of that dirt from your actual pants. So we don't want that, guys. So that's why we use something like finisher to neutralize these chemicals once again. And just like that, guys, is pretty much how you go about completing this entire process using PNS's 3-step interior cleaning system. I do want to note that at no point do you want to oversaturate this entire area, whether it's with carpet bomber, whether it's with Terminator, or even finisher at the very end. Even with water, again, from your carpet extractor, you want to make sure that we never oversaturate the area. It's a big mistake that detailers make. I also want to make known that this right here is probably the worst case scenario that you will probably ever encounter as a detailer. This vehicle right here, guys, was just an example to get you guys across the idea. But I do want to note that this right here is an older vehicle. I believe it's a 2005 vehicle. And this seat itself, or the carpet and fabric inside of here, has never been cleaned in its entirety of its life. So I do want to note that. And just like that, guys, you can see a difference made from the beginning of the video to now. And the very last step of this entire process, guys, is to let the area that you just finished working on air dry. So for example, today on these seats, you want to let it air dry on a sunny day for about 2 hours. On a not so sunny day, you want to wait a few extra hours. So I would recommend rolling the windows down, as I do to all of my customers when we shampoo their seats or floors, carpets, and just let it properly air dry to complete this entire process. So a key takeaway from this video, guys, is you don't necessarily need Terminator or finisher. You really only need carpet bomber to complete shampoo jobs. But if you do want to go above and beyond, you can always purchase Terminator as well as finisher, guys. That's gonna be a wrap for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, make sure you smash the like button, leave a comment down below, and press that subscribe button, as well as hit the notification bell button to join my notification squad. Don't forget to watch another video here on the screen, guys. As always, guys and girls, see you on the next one.